Hi everyone, it's Lillian here and welcome to another fun evening of crafting together. Every Monday evening you can find us here, well most Monday evenings anyway. Last week I was away, so I'm happy to be back with you. So I hope you've had a really good family day, and whether it was spent just with whoever's in your house or whether it was extended family or whatever. Celebrating family is pretty special. So maybe as I go down to my desk, you could share one thing that you like to do as a family. So let me know that as we go down to my desk. One thing you like to do as a family. One of the things that, if it's just my husband and I, we love to go for long walks, but he's got hip issues right now. And lately we've been doing jigsaw puzzles, which I know that's fairly common with a lot of people, but that's what we've been working on because he doesn't have to walk. So that's our issue here, and I'm just getting the computer going as well. And let's see, where are we at here? There we go, and I'll share it to my group so that they can see it too. And you can see that I've got something open on my desk here. And I better finish off what I'm doing, because you know how it is. If I get sidetracked, then I really lose my concentration. Yes, jigsaw puzzles are awesome, Marilyn. What I find with jigsaw puzzles is your brain shuts down and just concentrates on that, and you don't get worrying about other things. So it's a break. Mind you, I get tired of it a little faster than my husband, but that's all right. He gets tired of crafting much faster than me, right? So anyway, so I see different people with wonderful family activities coming out. Oh, excellent. Do you know, I look at my phone and everything looks square, and then I look at my computer screen and it isn't quite the same. So let me see. I should stop and try to get that. I just saw, Catherine, you like singing karaoke. Aha. Oh, that is neat. In our family, that would be good for everybody but me. They're all wonderful musicians. I'm a wonderful audience. So anyway, that's how it goes. I do enjoy their talents. So I wanted to bring this to your attention, the New Horizons suite of products. It has been a huge, huge hit, particularly the designer paper. And I talked about this last week as well. The new paper pumpkin kit is called Beyond the Horizon, and it capitalizes on these things. So you need to order it before March 10th. And now there's been a little confusion. Some people said, well, I've ordered it. When is it going to arrive? They don't ship until after March 10th. So it's called the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. So they always, the cutoff for ordering is March 10th, and then they ship after that. And so that's just a heads up about that. But a gorgeous suite of products. And remember that in March only, or for the March Paper Pumpkin Kit, there's an extra little stamp set included. So if you like this suite of products and you have it and want to add to it, you could order the Paper Pumpkin Kit. Or if you love this suite of products but can't get it all right now, you might want to consider the Paper Pumpkin Kit. And just a little, I've got the designer paper here because it just sells itself. It's this fabulous watercolor paper. Now let's see, my hands are so dry, but let's see if I can do a flipperoo. So we've got sort of generic swirly things. Whoa, that was a real good flipperoo. Let's see if it goes better this way. So we've got these kind of things, and you saw me make tulips with some of them. I've done some other things with them. A couple of cards. I couldn't find all that I've made, but here is, whoops, one, and the envelope right here. So just gorgeous. And there was another one, but I can't find it right now. But anyway, if you are interested, you will want to watch my newsletter or contact me about how to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. It's a good deal. Now, the other thing is, this is the last week. Can you believe it? The last week for celebration. They say all good things come to an end. Well, it just seems to have flown by. So is there a celebration item that you absolutely love, or that you, let me see, what else could I say? Or maybe you were surprised that you liked, or just tell me a little bit of your thoughts of some of these celebration items. So this is the last week, this gorgeous paper here, these fabulous stamp sets that go for, I wanted to share this with you. This is the Simply Marvelous. And remember, you can change that color. So here's the back side, and I added some Mango Melody. I sponged it on, and also some Melon Mambo. And look at how it changes the color. So don't be afraid to add color to your designer paper. The other thing to remember is that it is also the time of the year when you can get your very best deals. So not only do you get free stuff for spending money, so that you get neat product, and then you get free stuff. If you have a party that's 375 or more, or you gather a few orders, you get this gorgeous, gorgeous stamp set over and above. If you have a really long wish list, I would really suggest you take a look at this page and consider joining. Being a demonstrator, you don't have to do anything. You can make it you can do as much or as little as you want. In fact, you can get the starter kit and they do absolutely nothing else and just enjoy that. But you always get $165 worth of product for $135. And then during plus you get paper pumpkin, you get some business supplies over and above, and you don't have shipping and handling or GST. Plus during celebration only, you get to choose 2 more stamp sets. So I would choose some expensive ones if it was me. But anyway, just be aware that this is the last week if you've got something on your wish list there. So let's put that to the side. Just a couple of other things. The Altogether suite is on sale now until May 2nd. And remember, you can get the whole collection for $143.50. So how many 60s go into that? You could get a few celebration items there. Or you can buy items individually. There's the stamp set. There are the dies. Or you can get them as a bundle. Now these are for a limited time only. There's this great designer paper, again, for a limited time only. It's 6x6. Or you can get the blends, and they are even going to be in the next catalog. But just a heads up, some of them are on low inventory. And I think there's might be even one that's not orderable right now. Now more are coming in. They'll be in shortly. But they have been such a hot seller that they have been flying off the shelves. So just a heads up about that. And I'm running out of space already. Just remember, if you buy this kit, this new kit that is being offered, it's called the Celebrate Today Magnet Board Kit. I am going to make it in a Facebook Live on March the 2nd. So if you are wanting to make it along with me, you can have it. And do it with me, or you can just hop on and watch it. Now, I should have my camera a little higher, so I'm going to raise things up a bit. It comes in this gorgeous box, which I can think of lots of uses for the box afterwards. And so there's the instructions. That's what's in here. I haven't done anything but just open the box. There is tear and tape. There are cards, there are stickers. In this box here, there are magnets, and then this is your framed magnet board. So some of these big papers here can work as liners so that you can decorate it that way. And these are going to be pockets. So I'm so excited. This just arrived. I haven't even had a time to do much with it. But if you are interested, go to my website and click on Shop Now Kits. and you will see that there. So just a heads up about that. During February, for everybody who spends a $60 or more merchandise order, so that's before shipping and handling and GST, I am going to pop a card kit in the mail to you the beginning of March, and then I will do a class on that and show variations. So that's a win-win. So you can $60, you can get a celebration item, and then you get a card, a kit for a card. So that's all that I wanted to chat. Oh, not quite all I wanted to chat about. 2 weeks ago, we made this card right here, and I was out of town last week, so I didn't get to share it. So this one goes to Irene H. So Irene Hartwig, congratulations. This card is coming to you, and remember, the Simply Marvelous paper makes beautiful tulips. So Irene, I'll pop that into the mail to you in a bit. And then last week, I had a video for you, and for some reason it didn't work, but then it worked later in the week. So I'm glad a lot of you caught it. And this is using the All Together suite and the person who, Carolyn Dealman. So Carolyn, this will come in the mail to you. So congratulations, ladies. And I'm going to lower this back down again here. And what have we got? We've got something in the way. Let's see. There we go. We'll slide the phone that way. There's always a way to fix it, right? That's what Marilyn keeps telling me. And I am learning. There we go. So what I wanted to share with you today is something that I think has been overlooked. Partly because it's see-through, so it's hard to see in the catalog, and that is the Vellum, the Layering Designs. It's 12 by 12 vellum with a pattern on it. And you might say, well, I'm not sure how to use that then. So I thought tonight I would make one project with you and then maybe show you some other samples. So it's on page 33 of the mini catalog in case you're looking. So let's just take a look at it. And as I was trying to get it ready for tonight, I see that I only have one of the designs. I only have this much left, believe it or not. So they're 12 by 12, as I said, and one sheet, or there's two of each. One sheet has white on it and one sheet has black. They are the same. Oh, Sue, I just saw that you shared. Thank you so much for sharing this video. I appreciate that a lot. And Fran, you've used it a lot. Oh, I hope you share some of the things that you've made with this. Anyway, if you look at the black here, you can see that there's script going all different directions. And the white did look like that before I cut it all up. So there's that. So there's the sort of script that's going. Sound effects always help, right? And then it looks like a page from a book. The black is showing up better than the white, but here, but you get both, so it looks like print, like newsprint. So like that. So Roz, you've got this, and you've used most of the map one. Well, good. We've got all kinds of ideas going here. And speaking of the map one, here it is in black, and here it is in white. So this, Irene was saying, would be great on a scrapbook page. I've also seen it even on a Valentine's or anniversary gift with a heart, showing maybe that where they met. And someone said this works great with the Viking set. Ooh, yeah, good idea. I love seeing your ideas coming through, you people. You're so creative. So let's see, what are we going to make? We're going to bring in our supplies, and this is what we're going to make. So I wanted to use the map, and I also thought, well, we need to use a celebration item one more time. So this is the car from the driving by, And then the geometric shapes are from the Beautiful Shapes dies, which you know that I see some hearts flying around. Yay, 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 yay. So we are going to make this card. So first off, let me just show you the measurements. And again, I will post it. Let's see, there we go. But if you want to take a screenshot or use your phone and take a picture, there it is. I'm seeing some positive responses to the card. Excellent. I just didn't quite know how to. I had a few other samples I was going to do, and then this morning this card just came together. So it was a last minute thing, and it is totally my own idea, which doesn't happen too often. So there we go. So let's start off with the card base. It's a regular 5.5 by 8.5 card base, scored at 4 1/4. So in other words, if you're new to paper crafting, it's half a piece of cardstock. And I like to use the thick basic white for the cards, for the base, because it's just a little bit sturdier. And we'll put that to the side. Then we have basic black that's just 1/4 inch smaller. So it's going to go like that. And then we have the basic, just your regular basic white that's going to go like that. And so each is just getting 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And then the vellum is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, like that. So let's fasten everything but the vellum together. And yes, it's a masculine card. It definitely works well for a masculine card. And that's another thing. I was going to put ribbon on it or something. Well, there's a little piece of ribbon, but I stayed away from rhinestones and that kind of thing, and I thought it worked out okay. So let's get that glued together, and now we're going to do this one. Like that. And we can set that aside because we're done with that for a bit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in some scrap paper here, and we're going to do the stamping for this right now. So I just kind of want to show you how I did that, because I didn't want the balloons because they wouldn't quite fit, and I thought they would, all I'd get was the strings and it might not look very good. So I want to show you what I did. I used my Memento Black and my marker, not my blends, just my marker. You never use your blends on your stamps because they're permanent. They're like a Sharpie. So I used my Memento Black to ink up most of the car. And then the part, now I could have used Post-it notes and cut that off, but it's just a little tricky, and I see I got a mark there, which I don't want. This is why stampers have inky fingers, right? And then the part that I couldn't get to with my stamp pad, I am using my brush tip of my marker and just going over that part. And then, because it tends to dry quite quickly, I'm going to huff on it. That just means blowing some air on it. And let's see, I'm going to just copy what I did because that's the safest thing. And we're going to have the card driving onto this, and hope there, I got a little smudge from where I got the ink, but it's not bad. I don't think anyone will notice too much. We could always add spatters if worse came to worse. Then we're going to bring in the words, driving by to say hi. We have family members who absolutely love looking at maps. So this is going to work well for that too. So there we go. Now we just need to color it. And I brought some blends in, and I'm going to color the windshield with the light Pool Party, like that. I'm going to color the headlight with Daffodil Delight. I think I used the light one. I go all over the map with that. And I am going to use, which one is this? Did I put my, there, that's the dark. Here's the light. Light Smoky Slate. I'm going to use this to color the hubcaps. I'm going to use the brush tip to just make a little bit of road, like that. And dark smoky slate for the rim. Whoops, I think I'm coloring the wheel there. That's okay, black will cover that up. And some basic black for this. Oh, I see I forgot to do the bumper. I'll go back and do that in a minute. I thought about doing this car and cutting it out, or the van, but I didn't feel very patient about cutting right now, so that's why we did it this way. There we go. So I think we've done all that. We've just got the real red, and the real red caps for me are deceiving. I never know which is which. So I have to always look at the words. So I'm going to just make some dark marks here. Some people like to start with their dark blends and then go to the light, and some people like to start with their light and go to the dark. There's no right or wrong. Either works, and I change it up every once in a while. Every once in a while I think, oh, maybe the other would work better. And it doesn't matter, I don't think. Just blend them in together. And we can bring a little bit more here. Remember, even with the light, you could add layers and it gradually gets more intense. And then as it dries too, it changes a bit. And then we need a little wink of Stella, right? Because the glass is glistening in the sunshine and the headlight is giving some, we could also, if they really are really good with their car, they must, the bumper might even be shiny, but it wouldn't be our vehicle, I don't think. We drove home from the mountains on Friday, and the roads were good when we left the Jasper, and then we got between Hinton and Edson, it was just, people were going off the road, including transport trucks. It was just white knuckle driving, and then it cleared up, fortunately. Otherwise, I think we would have stayed the night in Edson. But we got home safely, so all was good. So there's our coloring. We can get rid of this, and we're going to start to do our building. Now, you might be saying, why didn't you fasten this onto the card already? I have a reason. When I work with vellum, I like to fasten everything onto the vellum before it's fastened onto the card. That way, I can put glue behind some of these things and no one will know and it won't show up. So I've got this black piece here. It's 3/4 inch wide, and I'm going to just notch it with the Banner's Pick-a-Punch. And I was just making sure I've got the writing right side up, but I think I'm going to put this over top of it and the rest won't matter. So I'll put this on, and then I'm just going to trim the excess off. So we'll use some seal. And I want this back a bit because I want the ribbon to go beyond it. I can line it up with these lines. That's pretty handy. There we go. So we'll put that down like that and then trim that off. And you can see, if you're new to using vellum, adhesive shows through. So you that's why now this is going to hide any adhesive, so we can stick that to the card there. The one of the ways you can put adhesive on vellum is to use adhesive sheets, and that doesn't show through, but you have to cover the whole of the vellum. So I'm just going to put this here. You can also dab little bits of liquid glue on with a sponge, and just because it's very light, and if you do it all over, then that works too. So what I did is I just put some adhesive down to hold my ribbon, just to make it easy to work with, and I want my ribbon to go beyond. I just kind of like that look. So there we go, and we're going to wrap it around behind. My fingernails are too short to pick up the vellum. That's not a great plan, is it? All right, I'm going to put some, just a bit of adhesive here to stick this to it. And then this is going to go on with dimensionals. And I'll be generous. There we go. Now I could put it up, it's whatever, so I think we'll just put it right about there. Then when I brought some more of these little triangles, I'm finding that I'm using them lots from the Beautiful Shapes dies, and I just brought them in with the black and the red, just trying to keep with the same color scheme. So what I tend to do is, okay, kind of place them around first, and then add the glue. So about like that, I think. And for those of you who aren't familiar, this is a take your pick tool, and this has a putty end, which is good for lifting things up. So where did I put? Here they are, my mini glue dots. Now that I have that idea, I'm going to just put the triangles on here. And if you ever do crafts with kids, this is a great way to get little pieces for little fingers. This works great. It works like making them like stickers for them, and they just peel them off with their little fingers. They're much more nimble than me, and do a great job of it. And one more. And I got that different, so now I have to come up with a different arrangement. We'll go that way, just like that. Now, when I go to put it on the card, it is going to be quite safe to put glue in these places where we've got something else happening. So I'm going to hold it up so I can sort of see. So there's that. Put some here. And I'm going to put a little dab here and a little dab here. And I'm going to give you a heads up. It's going to curl up initially, and then it flattens out. Don't ask me why it does that, but it just does. And then it works just fine. So there we go, just like that. Now, when I initially made this card, I thought I was going to stop there, and then I thought, I don't know, I really want to use my hexagons. And you know what? They kind of worked. So what I do when I'm not sure if I want to use an embellishment, I will take it, and it's clear, right? And I will just hold it over and see. And I thought that I just liked how it looked. So we're going to put one maybe right here, and one. Okay, so I've got this different. Oh, we'll put one right there. There we go. And so there is our card, just like that. And on the inside, I put a few more. So that's how easy that was to make. So wasn't that fun? So now I'm going to show you some other uses of this vellum paper, some of the different designs. They're not all the same design. So, and those of you who've been playing with it, we're hoping you're going to share what you've made. We would love to see it. So first off is I took a paper pumpkin box, and wrapped this is 3 inches wide, but you could make it however you wanted. Just wrapped it around. Then I joined it here with tear and tape. And so the ribbon and the embellishments, that kind of thing, just covers it up. So remember, paper pumpkin boxes hold all kinds of goodies. They hold even our note cards. So that is really a fun thing to do. So you could make a whole set of cards to go with that. This is something we made in stamping time this month. So this has the paper that I'm nearly out of. So that's why I'm nearly out of it. We used a lot of it. We used it because it was part of this whole suite of products. So we've got the little faux sea glass and the dies here, and then some plain vellum. So there's that. And then I thought, here's one using the same pattern, only in black, over top of, this is a Symbols of Fortune, I believe it's called, designer paper. And yes, I had to put the shiny side down, and then the amazing, what's it called? Amazing Silhouettes here. So and some polished dots they're really great. And then I thought, well, I wonder, because I was making a pocket card for Stampin' Time, I wonder if I could make a pocket card. And so again, this is with the white print. It's got the, I'll have to show it on a different card. So here's a pocket card. It just pulls out like this, and then you can write on the back. So it works perfectly for that. And then, of course, we've been making bumblebees, right? And so it's that works for that kind of thing too. Now, this pocket card, you can't see it, but I did make the little border there. So that's how that worked, like that. And so maybe now you will take note of that paper. And remember, don't be intimidated. Oh, I had another one. Where did it go? Oh, I know. I was using it in a different class today. So you can also use it just as a layer underneath an element on your card too, and that works as well. So you can do all kinds of things. You could add sponge color onto it, either on the top or underneath. Underneath, it just gives it a nice gentle look. There's tons you can do with this. I've just scratched the surface. So I hope that inspires you and that you would share that. And some of you are saying, well, I really want a celebration item. Well, that vellum is only $13.50, but if you got the beautiful shapes dies, that's $39, and the hexagons, that would end $62.75, and then you're set. Now, I do have some show and tell as well. So, in fact, I have quite a bit that I just have to share it with you. So, one is, this is the designer paper that's from Celebration, and it's just a fun fold. I got this idea from a lady called Terry Gaines, but I really like how it looks like that. So there's that one, and then I received this card, and I want to show how she made the flowers. Any guesses as to how she made the flower petals there? She used hearts, so she had a different heart, I think, than I have, but this is from this heart punch. She folded it in half and then went like that, and then put the circle on top. So that's a great way of getting a dimensional heart, or dimensional flower, pardon me. And if you're wondering what other ways to use your heart punches or your heart dies, there is an excellent way right there. Then I received this thank you card for staycation from Kathleen in Quebec. So thank you so much, Kathleen. It's gorgeous. And then this card I got from Carolyn, who won one of the prizes tonight. And she used the beautiful shapes here and just kept layering it up and making that sort of a collage background. And I really love how that worked. And she used the Abstract Beauty paper to do that. So there we go. This one I got from Marilyn, and I just got this stamp set, so I'm anxious to use it. But look how she used the Simply Marvelous paper in the background. And then I always scatter my embellishments, but she put them in a progressive row, and I really like that. So there's that one. Here's another card that I received, and this was when you've got tear-off birthday calendars or desktop calendars. She used this. We also have a stamp that does this too, but just a neat way of doing that. From Donna. And then from Karen, I got this card, and again, this is from the Beautiful Shapes. It's the dies and the stamp set, the whole bundle, and there's some, oh, what do you call it? Anyway, some other things you can get with that set. So just a gorgeous, and look at the bow, isn't that cute? Ooh, love that. And this is also from Karen. It's showing that you can use designer paper without stamps and just dress it up that way. So another gorgeous card from a different Karen. I've received this. I've always loved that embossing folder, but notice how she used the 2 embossing folders. We did that, I think, last fall, but she's got the brick one and then the dandelions there. And then this is that little groundhog, not groundhog, whatchamacallit? Otter, that's it, from Joanne. Great little otter there, so I love that. And then a different Carolyn did this with the butterflies and using the designer paper for the bricks. Love that one there. And this one, I think, was from Marilyn, but this is a fun fold. Let me take the belly band off, and look at how this goes like that. Isn't that neat? And you get to see all that designer paper. So blessed. And then this one here is using the tailored, no, not the tailored tag punch, pardon me. It's the Tasteful Labels dies, using the same one over and over again with different designer paper to create this. I love how that worked out. So that's from Fran. This is, I love this seashell folder from Marg, just gorgeous. This one was from, I have to peek and see, from Sheila, all the black and white. She knows how I do enjoy that. And then Lynn did this one. I really liked how she got the shine here and all the different components. And this, it also did a card layout type of thing. And I can't remember if I've shown you some of these, so this might be repeats. So this gorgeous one from Linda, and then look what she did with the envelope too. So that's coming on the front of the envelope, so I had to save that to make sure I showed you. Now, I cannot remember if I showed you these or not, so bear with me if I did. I received this from Joanne. So another use of the vellum is she put it right down on the paper like that. And then we've got our shimmer in color vellum. She had some like that to fill in the spaces. So just another little vellum tip there. And then, of course, we have our rainbow paper. So there it is. And somebody looked at this and said, so much work, but it isn't. This is just a whole piece of rainbow paper, and I put the die cut piece on top. So it looks like I filled every place in, but I didn't. It's just one sheet of paper. And I think I have shared most of them now. So I love getting cards in the mail. Happy Mail is just the best. So thank you so much to everybody. And thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. And remember, if you would like, where did that card go? Now I buried it. If you would like the card I made tonight, make sure you leave comments and share and that kind of thing. And I will randomly pick a name for next week. So if you are watching on YouTube, remember, I love it if you hit that subscribe button and give me the thumbs up. I am gradually inching up to that, I think the 800 subscriber mark. So that's really helpful there. So thank you so much for once again joining me on a Monday night, and hope to see you soon. Have fun. Bye-bye.